Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends line, we are featuring the Uncanny X-Men Multiple Man, also known as Jamie Madrox. Okay, so this is not the first Multiple Man figure we've gotten. This is the recent retro carded figure. One of the Multiple Man figures we got was some years ago. It was Jamie in his X Factor gear. I love that figure. I'm a big fan of Jamie Madrox. I kind of feel like he's never at the top tier of X-Men characters. He'll never be at the same level as like Cyclops, Storm, Jean Grey, or Wolverine. But in terms of a character and the depth of the character, I really think he can hold his own. Especially in the X Factor books written by Peter David. Jamie is a very interesting and complicated character. I love this style of his costume. It's really kind of like one of his throwback, retro, evergreen looks. And it's a fun-looking action figure, especially with it being on the throwback, retro-inspired card. This is very reminiscent of the older Toy Biz X-Men figures from way back in the day. On the back, Multiple Man, Jamie Madrox. The Multiple Man passes the unique ability to duplicate himself at will. We have Wolverine, Dark Phoenix, Longshot, Multiple Man, Avalanche, and Spiral. And Multiple Man's a figure that you kind of need to army build. You need at least, in my opinion, 3 of them. You need one figure to serve as Jamie Prime, the original Multiple Man, and then you need at least 2 to serve as the clones. It's nice that they gave us an alternate head, so if you wanted to, you can identify Jamie Prime with one head and then give the other 2 the alternate portrait. And he does come with an extra pair of hands. So let's get started. I only need to open up one of them, but we'll see if I do all 3. All right, so that's one. I do want to get them all out. Let's take out the other ones. So for the other release of Multiple Man, the one in the X Factor uniform, I only bought one of those. Because at the time, I just wanted to complete the set and do the Build-A-Figure. And, that alone was kind of pricey on its own. And it was one of those figures where I intended to eventually army build that one, but just never got around to it. And with this figure, this was something I actually found on the secondary market below retail. So for me, it was nice to actually troop build this without having to pay the full price. The figure looks great. This is Multiple Man's kind of like evergreen look. Multiple Man's kind of an interesting character. I kind of feel like not everyone has the right voice for him. I think recently he was in X Factor again, but he's kind of like relegated to being, I think he was like a scientist or something. He was on that floating ship, and I think the book was led by, I think it was Angel and Monet. For me, I love Multiple Man when he's kind of more of an oddball character and not necessarily a superhero. Like when he's a detective. And I always appreciated it when when the writers didn't take his cloning abilities for granted. It kind of feels like nowadays, whenever he's cloned, this gives them an excuse to use his clones as cannon fodder. But back in the day, anytime Jamie lost a clone, it kind of really affected the character. But I don't know, he's really cool. He's very layered and complex. He's now kind of like a family man. But I don't know, he's always gonna be one of my favorite X-Men characters. Again, it's kind of unfortunate that he can never be like a top tier character. But if you've read the X Factor books, especially the ones penned by Peter David, you know how special the character really is. Beautiful looking figure. The face sculpt looks nice. The paintwork, I think, could be a little bit better. It's not the cleanest. I would have preferred it if the details were sculpted on. But, it's alright for what it is. And, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I want to use this as the Jamie Prime head or the alternate portrait. The articulation, very standard. This is a body we've handled in the past. Looking down's amazing. That's crazy. Looking up, it's crazy also. His arms move. I hate the Marvel Legends butterfly joints. They don't always want to work for me. And again, these don't really move outward. This one does. The other one feels stuck. I don't want to force it. I've had bad luck in the past. Like every time I'd move them, sometimes they'd tear at the joint. And so if it's stuck, I don't force it anymore. I just leave it alone. I mean, you could loosen it by submerging it in hot water or using an air dryer. But yeah, the articulation's very, it's very fair. It's what you expect from Marvel Legends. Nothing new. And let's take a look at the alternate portraits. There's the angrier face. I might use these for the clones, actually. One of these figures felt looser than the other. Yeah, this one has like the floppier legs. I'll use this as a clone. The other ones seem fine. This one has a cleaner paint job, so I'm going to keep this as Jamie Prime, and I'll use these two as the clones. Swap the heads out real quick. God, this does not want to go on. It's a tight fit. I think that's in all the way. No, it's not. Jeez, these are... All right, you get the point. I can't get these on. This is a pain in the butt. All right, let's... Yeah, I'm going to have to like figure this out later. Man, this doesn't want to go on. These are... All right, you get the point. Yeah, I'm not going to waste an hour on this. Yeah, but you get the point. Great figure. If you're a fan of X Factor, if you're a fan of Multiple Man, it's a must purchase. I'm a little bit more partial to this than the X. I do like the X Factor look, but for me, this is always going to be evergreen, Multiple Man. Again, you need at least, in my opinion, 3 of these guys just to get the clone effect. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.